Hello, friends. Hello. I'm out here right outside the house in this little forest place. Let's make sure this is actually doing something. In this little forest place for our forest immersion. So I thought I would come on and just maybe motivate you to get out of your 3D reality for as long as you're able to, and join me on this immersion, this funness. This is part of wizard training. Look, I've got the Sisters with the Sword thing. This is part of wizard training too. So if you're following wizard training, the next step after you did step 1 was the guides were going to give us an immersion experience. So if you're new here, you may be like, what's going on? So this is one of our experientials. Just settle in for a minute and I'll get it all out there and get y'all in a good space to play along. If you've been with me for a while, you know how these experientials work. You can kind of immerse yourself in all of the goodness that these fun experiences have to offer. They're, number one, they're fun. Number two, they give you kind of a timeout from the 3D world so that you can enjoy life, so that you can have fun, so that you can get maybe some downloads, things that you're not hearing in, the regular world or whatever. So this morning I woke up and I was like, I've just had too much of the 3D world for the past while. That seems like all I've been focused on. And as such, when that happens for me, I kind of get like a creative block. And so all my work is just kind of there, kind of stagnating. And I was like, all right, there's a lot of stuff I want to be working on. And for me, I have to have the right energy around me. I mean, you can channel anywhere, but I have to have the right energy around me for me to get into working the way I like to work. So you may have this as well. You may have, I'm not talking about 3D projects like stuff to do around your house or whatever. I'm talking about maybe some creative stuff like tapping into your archetypes and working with your guides and playing with your guides to help you, bring in some much needed balance, because this is also about balance. For any of you on a spiritual path, it's not just about the 3D. You guys know that. It's about being able to have experiences in the 5D that bring a sort of equilibrium to what you're doing. And that's how you can grow spiritually. That's how you can heal. That's how you can play and get more into your inner child. So I got out all of my elven forest. Actually, I didn't get this as like my regular clothes, but I just found something. I'm gonna make a little short of it either, but I just found something that to me that I already had in my thing that spoke of like the type of feeling I wanted to have, kind of like an elven forest feel. And I put on, my regular stuff. I just put some different stuff on. I found this sword as I was walking outside. I've got my little pack. Now, I'm not camping. My house is just right over here. I don't have time to like sit outdoors the whole entire time, but inside I've got like forest ambience on the big screen, and I've got some creative projects that I want to start working on. So as much as possible, I'm going to immerse myself in this experience. Obviously, your 3D world has to come in. There's responsibilities and stuff. So I tried to get all the things I needed to get done early this morning, and my house kept trying to show me stuff. So here's what's going to happen as you get yourself ready. So if you want to do this, first commit to doing it and set the intention that you're going to do this immersion experience. You don't have to set a time, because what I think is going to happen is the energies ramp up to support you in the experience, and everything you need is going to start coming to you. And then when the energies are kind of waning, you will then feel like, okay, it's time for this experience to end. So my thinking, usually how this works for me, is today. This is Saturday morning, July, what the heck are we? 23rd or 24th or something. Right before the new moon next week, heading up to Lunasa and the Lion's Gate and all of that. And I feel like I'm in a little bit of a void space right now. And so I'm like, okay, I need something to help me out here. So commit to doing the experience, just set the intention. I try to make it as magical as possible. So this morning I got out, I made like an it's not, I shouldn't be air quotes, it was enchanted. It's not like, I made an enchanted drink. I set some intentions through spell work. I called in the guides. I created a sacred container for this fun experience. That I'm calling Forest Immersion, because that's what, if you're following Wizard Training, the book I'm writing, Wizard Training, we can't move on to step 2 of the Wizard Training until we do this immersion experience. So apparently what we learn here has something to do with the next steps of Wizard Training. So until I myself even do the immersion, I can't channel in. That's just how my guides work with me. I'm not able to channel in. Not able to, I'm able to, but they're not going to give me the next channeling for step 2 of Wizard Training until I do this immersion experience. What else? So you may see, for me, as I do all this creative stuff, you may see like a few more videos from me this weekend that have to do with all the stuff that's going on here, or, I may get the channeling I need for Sisters of the Rose and our Rainbow Rose Order stuff, and that may come out as well. So we're just going to see what's going to come of it. But as you set the intention, your 3D world is going to try to step in a little bit and try to pull you back. So for example, this morning, as part of this immersion, what started to happen is I started having to untie a lot of knots. So that may be metaphorical or physical for you as you go through this. Things were coming up that were knotted that I actually had to untie. And it was actually stuff that I was wearing. So I have these I can't show you. I have these leggings on. No, they're not leggings. They're over the knee things. And one of them was made into a rice. I had rice inside of it, so I could use it because they're really long, so I could use it as a, what you call it, a warmer, heat it in the microwave or whatever and use it for sore muscles. But I was like, no, I want to wear the leg warmers. So, ooh, look at this cool little rock. I just found this. He's super cute. Maybe a little touchstone. Anyway, so the leg warmers, they're like ballet things because they have an opening at both ends. They're like ballet leg warmers. And so anyway, so they were knotted on both ends, and it took me forever to get the knots out. And part of it was okay, your hands have not worked like this in very long. So it's trying to work my hands to get the knots out. Well, then when I did, the rice spilled all. I was trying to move it from this thing into another sock. The rice spilled all over the floor, a lot of rice. I think it was a whole 5-pound bag of rice in that thing. And it spilled everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I am not going to clean you up right now. I can see that my floor needs cleaning. Room probably needs rearranging. Altars need freshening up. And I was like, I'm just not going to work on that right now. It's just going to have to sit there. And then I went to pull out this necklace, which is it was a little gift from my Earth Medicine School certification course I took with Pixie Lighthorse. She gave us this little necklace, this little sterling necklace. But when I took it out, it was knotted too, crazy knots. And I'm like, how did these knots get here? And I had to spend time undoing those knots. But it made me slow down. It made me get really focused. And I undid the knots and then I put it on. So I think you may find that you're working through a little bit of resistance as you try to jump into the immersion. But after that, I think it's just going to be it's going to be as fun or as magical or as whatever as you want to make it. And you know, call in whatever archetype works best for you. If it's your inner witch or your inner pirate or your inner guru or angel or dragon or shaman or medicine person, be whoever you want to be, and or be multiple beings. I don't really care. I think I'm working with this elven forest theme, so I think I'm going to stick with that right now. And I hear a lot of spirit animals already showing up this morning, so you may have a lot of spirit animals show up to support you. I actually had real live. We have a lot of Canadian geese. I looked out the window across from where I live, and there was like a huge bunch of Canadian geese just walking around. I had a bunch of crows show up this morning and just fly by the house, and they were kind of out in the street, you know, doing whatever they do, eating things. So a lot of, for me, I get a lot of birds as messages. I had a robin just right over here. And the river's just right down there, like down there. And so I hear the geese down there right now. So I think that's really all. I just wanted to do this little introduction to the experience, try to get you motivated if you are. Like if you feel like you've been too much up in the real, I mean, we have to be in the real world, but we have to do something sometimes to unwind. So this is right now what does it for me. I hope you'll join me, and I'm going to be posting this all over the place, like in the podcast and on YouTube. So wherever you feel called to listen or watch. And then whatever extras, creative stuff comes as a result of that this weekend, those will be going up as well as soon as I'm able to put them out there. And then on YouTube and Spotify, I will be creating a podcast list or a pod list, for anything related to this whole experiential, so that if you're taking it at a later date, since it's timeless, you'll have access to all the goodies as a result of that. So I want to thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you again soon. Take care.